Good morning. My name is Charlotte Bugaring, BE Ed 2A student. We are in the Unit 3 Instructional Planning. Lesson 7 Problem Solving. Our objective: plan a lesson that uses problem solving strategy. Introduction. Not all word problems promote problem-solving skills. In this lesson, you will learn the characteristics of a good word problem, when it is best to give a word problem, and how to process students' varied solutions. Think. The problem-solving strategy involves students being challenged to collaboratively solve real-world math problems, which they have not yet previously encountered. It is student-centered and promotes critical and creative thinking skills, problem-solving abilities, and communication skills. The integral part of this strategy is the time given to the students to struggle with the problem, and its beauty is in the varied solutions that the students would produce. There are three main elements of problem solving that you should take note of. The number one is the word problem. In many Filipinos classrooms, word problems are given at the end of the lesson, and students are expected to answer them by applying the concepts or skills that has just been taught to them. In most cases, the teacher first demonstrates how to solve a problem, and then the students would independently answer a similarly structured problem. In this practice, the students are not doing problem solving, they already know how to solve the problem. They know that just taught lesson is the key to solve the problem, and they pattern their solutions to what the teachers demonstrated. In using the problem-solving strategy, the problem serves as the starting point of the learning experience. Therefore, it is given at the beginning of the lesson. The challenge for you, the teacher, is to choose or create a problem which can be solved using the target concept of the lesson at hand, but also be answered using previously learned knowledge and skills. How you present the problem. It also matters, especially for the primary grades. It is not always helpful to introduce the problem by posting it on the board. Doing this may intimidate some students, and reading and comprehension skills may intervene. Instead, it is suggested to narrate the problem in a storytelling manner to engage the learners. Encourage the students to imagine the scenario and allow them to clarify information if they find some details confusing. Showing drawings or real objects might help. Later on, I will show you how. Let's turn to number 2. The time given to struggle with the problem. The goal is for the students to collaborate, share their ideas with each other. to come up with a solution, encourage the students to use their previously learned knowledge and skills to solve the problem, and to communicate their ideas with their classmates through words, equations, and or illustrations. How to apply it? It is natural for the students to find this space burdensome, especially when it is their first time to engage in such an activity. Critical thinking and communication ideas are not easy tasks after all. So, it is the task of the teacher to encourage the students to think out of the box. Tell the students that there is more than one way to solve the problem, so they do not need to worry about their solution being wrong as long as every step they did is meaningful in solving the problem. Number 3, the mathematical discourse. This is the most exciting elements of the problem-solving strategy. While the students are working in a small group to solve the problem, you get to move around and enjoy the mathematical tech that the students are engaging in. Of course, you may intervene in the students' discussions when corrections and clarifications are needed, but be careful not to give hints. It may be tempting to do so, especially when the students are struggling, but do not. As you encourage your students to think, believe that actually can. Allow yourself to be amazed at how the students would defend their thinking, correct each other's ideas, and figure things out on their own. Remember that all the students generated solutions, as long as correct, can be directed to the concept or skills that is the objective of the lesson. The challenge is how you would process those various solutions, make sense of each of them, and use them to generalize or come up with a solution that makes use of the knowledge skills that is the objective of the lesson. In this space comes the importance of the teacher's fluency of the subject matter. Do you remember the three